There's something about this whole Browns Shedeur Sanders situation that's been bugging me, and it's not even about how he's playing. It's about the timing. The more stuff that leaks out from inside the building, the more it feels like Cleveland wasted time and maybe even lost control of the narrative. And that matters more than people think. If you followed the 2025 season, you already know the chaos at QB didn't start with Sanders. Not even close. It started way before that. Joe Flacco opened the year as the starter, then he was out, and the team decided to roll with Dylan Gabriel for 6 straight games, even while the season was already going off the rails. By the time Sanders finally got his shot, the Browns were sitting at 2-8. So yeah, this wasn't controlled development anymore. This was survival mode. And here's the key part. Internally, the Browns saw Sanders as raw, way more raw than the fans did. And honestly, that explains a lot. But it also raises some real questions. Because if they truly believed he wasn't ready, fine, that's fair. But there's a difference between he's not ready yet and let's keep rolling out clearly limited options while the season sinks. And that's exactly what happened. When Sanders finally got in, yeah, he made mistakes. A lot of them. Picks, sacks, inconsistency. Nothing shocking for a 5th-round rookie behind a shaky O-line in a messy offense. But at the same time, he brought something the other QBs didn't: presence. The team felt different with him out there, and you won't find that in the box score. Now, fast forward to where things stand, with Todd Monken taking over the offense and this open or semi-open QB battle. The conversation hits a whole different level. It's not just, is he ready? It's about the direction of the franchise. And here's what not enough people are saying straight. The Browns are stuck between 2 completely different paths. On one side, you've got Deshaun Watson, massive contract, historic level money, still hanging over everything, cap space, decisions, all of it. Even coming off serious injuries, including 2 Achilles surgeries, he's still an investment. The front office feels pressure to justify. That's just front office reality. On the other side, you've got Sanders, cheap, young, raw, sure, but with upside, and more importantly, with financial flexibility. A QB on a rookie deal changes everything about how you build a roster. In today's NFL, that's gold. So when you hear the Browns say they want more consistency from him, yeah, that's true. But it's also a polished way of saying, we're still not sure we can ride with this guy as the plan. And that's where the danger is, because consistency doesn't show up without reps. And reps in the NFL mean snaps. Mistakes. Letting the kid play even when he's not fully ready. Every top QB in this league went through that. So the real question isn't whether Sanders needs to improve. Of course he does. The real question is, are the Browns actually willing to live with that process? Because if they're not, they're headed for the worst-case scenario. They don't develop the young guy, and they don't fix things with the veteran either. And Browns fans? We've seen that movie way too many times. Now, from an on-field standpoint, with Monken calling plays, I do see a potential shift. He's historically done well with mobile QBs, simplified reads, heavy play action. That could help Sanders smooth out those highs and lows the team keeps talking about. But that only works if he's actually playing. If the plan is to start Watson just because of the contract and keep Sanders waiting again, then we're right back in the same mess as 2025. Maybe even worse, because now the fan base has seen Sanders. We've seen flashes. We know there's something there, and once that expectation is there, everything changes. Let's break down the scenario. Best case, Sanders earns real ground in camp, takes over at some point during the season, and shows legit growth. He doesn't have to be a star, just functional, consistent, improving week to week. If that happens, the Browns finally have a path out of the Watson contract and can start building around a cheap QB. That raises the ceiling of this franchise, no doubt. Worst case, Watson starts, doesn't deliver, and the team hesitates to pull the plug because of the money. By the time Sanders gets back in, it's too late again. Another lost season, more questions, and probably another reset down the line. Then there's the middle ground, which honestly feels the most Browns outcome. Real competition in camp. Watson gets the Week 1 nod out of inertia, but with a short leash. If he struggles early, Sanders comes in, this time with way more pressure and expectations. And now there's no more raw rookie excuse. Now, straight up, I think the Browns waited too long to give Sanders his shot. Not saying he was ready earlier, but they needed to find that out on the field sooner. You don't develop sitting on the bench. And right now, looking ahead, the franchise needs to pick a lane. This middle ground stuff doesn't work. Either you fully ride with Watson, accepting the injury risk and inconsistency, or you turn the page and start building around Sanders. Trying to do both at the same time? That just drags everything out. And as a Browns fan, man, we've seen that play out way too many times in this city. So let me ask you, if it's week 1 today, who are you rolling with, Watson or Sanders? And more importantly, do you think the Browns are going to make that call based on football or based on the money?